Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday. Hello everybody in that live chat room. Let me get you guys up on screen instantly to see who is in the house. I hope you guys have had a fantastic start to the week and that Monday wasn't too bad. Let me just adjust things here so we can see you guys a little bit more centralized like that. And hello, we have Billy, Patrick, Deborah, Stan, Joseph, Lisa, Jennifer, Terry, Karen, Beverly, and main fan 18 Kevin, and Lynn, and Shawnee, Key, Jennifer, and Billy again, Keith in there. Hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight, and a huge welcome to any new people in the house tonight. We do have a new target that we're going to be going for tonight that has been suggested by you guys that I did ask over on Patreon. So thank you guys for giving us the new target for the pick roulette. And this is going to be the likes target for tonight. Let me see if I can get this on screen. It is 250. So this might be achievable tonight. Let's hit that thumbs up early on and see if we can get a quick spike of those likes, because the group consensus is that 250 is going to be tonight's target. And this is something that I might do in the future, just open it up to you guys to pick a number and we'll see what we can hit in order to get a little bit more pick roulette going on in the future live streams. But thank you everyone for joining me tonight. And we are at, by the way, 115 likes so far. So we're almost half of the way there already. So keep on hitting that thumbs up. We'll see where we end up. But first of all, I need to get the names of my patrons up on screen because they make this possible in the first place. Every single live stream and the live analysis videos that I do, the standard analysis videos and the under the spotlight, all that kind of cool stuff. Everything that we do on the channel is because of these people at the bottom of the screen. So a massive thank you to you guys. You know who you are, and they do pop up in the donation windows as well. So thank you guys for all of the support on the live streams as well, and allowing me to purchase things in order to demonstrate on the guitar and have the microphone on at the same time. That's something that I couldn't do in the very early videos, whereas I can do them now, and I can even get the guitar out on the live streams as well, so that works. So thank you guys, all because of these people at the bottom of the screen. And let me get that donations thing up on screen so you guys know the level, or you have a level playing field in terms of knowing exactly what percentages go where with the donations. So thank you guys for the early donations that came in tonight, because I can see that Orlando has donated $2 and says spike the likes with lots of thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando. And let's have a plug of the mug. Here it is, spike the likes. And if you want to get a mug, it's in the tray underneath this video, the merchandise tray. And there should be at least available over on spring.com the new Wings of Pegasus pint glasses, which I did show last live stream, and I might be able to get that on screen as well for you guys to see. So these might or might not yet be available. It depends how long it takes to update, but these will be in the future if they're not there already in the merchandise tray underneath this video. But there is a link in the description below in order to click on the spring.com link, and it'll take you through to the store, the Wings of Pegasus store, and this is where you can get your hands on either this pint glass or this pint glass with Wings of Pegasus on it, or you can get both of those pint glasses if you are really, really thirsty. But they are ideal for any kind of beverage, and especially orange squash. So thank you to spring.com and also Stephanie over there for getting everything organized on that side of things. But she's always suggesting things for me to have put on there as merchandise, but I'm very bad at keeping up with everything because of everything else that goes on with the channel and all the other websites at the same time. But those are two new additions to the store, so get your hands on one of those. I'm definitely going to get my hands on one, if not both of those, maybe both of those, because sometimes I like to have a protein shake and a glass, and that would be ideal for that. So thank you everyone who has bought merchandise so far. You can see I've got the Wings of Pegasus zipped hoodie on at the moment, but you guys can pick that up as well if you want to. Click on that link in the description below. You'll see all of the merchandise that is available to you. So I know that there have been a donation or two in the PayPal window as well, so thank you guys for the support over there. And let me see if I can get this on screen in order to see. And this actually happened very early on. Oh, this is actually almost an exact day ago, so I'm just going to reference this one. It was Chris who donated £3.38, so thank you for that, Chris. And I'm just going to scroll down because the message is Phil. Hats off for attempting Dick Dale, Chris M. So thank you for that, Chris. And yes, certainly attempting to play anything like Dick Dale was definitely a tall order. But as I said in the title of that video, that latest analysis video, that actually playing like him is impossible because of the way that he used to string his guitar, having the strings the opposite way round. So the only way to try and get anything similar is just to play it standard in terms of that string configuration and just give it a bit of a go. So that's what I attempted. So thank you so much for that, Chris. And also, if you do go to that video, you'll be able to see a little comment that has been made by Lana, who was the wife of Dale, is the wife of, sadly, Dale passed away. And yes, this relatively recently as well, but Lana has commented on that video, so thank you to her for that. And thank you guys also for commenting underneath that, but I have pinned that to the top of the comment section so you guys can see it on the last video. But it's really nice to see that comment made there by Lana. But thank you, Chris, for that donation. And I'm just gonna, because that was almost a day ago, obviously I have received other emails in my inbox since then from lots of different things, not donation emails, but emails about collaborations, not collaborations, I think they're like YouTube partner program collaboration things where companies ask you to promote their product at the beginning of your videos, and I'm not really into doing that. I think it's a bit random when people introduce their videos and then they promote something that is something that's totally different to what you're about to watch a video on about. I don't know, like using a guy's shaver or something like that, and then you go back into playing guitar. It just seems a little bit weird. So I don't do those, but I do get emails in order to do those on the channel, and just don't really see the relevance of it for the channel. But anyway, those are the emails, so I have to make sure that I get to the right spot in the inbox in order to get the donations. But I can see that another one has come in from Deborah for £6.77. Thank you for that, Deborah. And the message is, let me just scroll down. Hi Phil, I was excited for you when I read Lana's response to your analysis video. You are certainly garnering a wide and receptive audience. Stay the path. PS, hope your mom had a nice birthday. So thank you for that, and apologies for my American accent there, but we say mum here in the UK, which is M-U-M, not M-O-M, but I know that that's an American thing, the way that you say it over there. But thank you for that, Deborah. And yes, it was my mum's birthday yesterday. I just let everybody know over on Patreon as to what I was up to. And it was a day pretty much of just getting together with family and my nephews around. Obviously ransacking my room. And yeah, just playing Sonic the Hedgehog. I've got that. It's a very old game, I think from like 1990 something, but that's what I used to play when I was a kid, and they were playing that, and Sonic and Knuckles was the game that they're playing. So yeah, they just played that for a little bit of time, but then we had McDonald's, and yeah, so just family time yesterday. So a belated happy birthday to my mum, which was yesterday, but thank you, Deborah, as well for those birthday wishes. And thank you for that donation as well. And there has been another donation, and it is Larry who has donated £20. So thank you so much for that, Larry. And I'm just going to scroll down because the message is play on with an exclamation mark, a guitar, and some rock horns. So thank you for that, Larry. And there has been another donation. So let me just quickly get to that one. It is Deborah who has donated £5. Thank you for that, Deborah. And oh, we had another birthday wish here. And the message is, happy birthday to your mum. So thank you for that, Deborah. And this is a mum with a U in there, the English way of doing it. So thank you for that, Deborah, and I'm sure, I don't know whether she'll ever see this stream, but I will pass on these birthday wishes to her tomorrow. So thank you guys, Deborah and Deborah, for those birthday wishes to my mum, which was yesterday. It's not her birthday today. I guess, where are we at the moment? Yeah, so it was still technically not yesterday, but the day before in the UK, because now we are into Wednesday here, because it's midnight here in the morning. So I will wish her a happy birthday for a couple of days ago when I see her tomorrow. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in tonight and joining me. And by the way, there was another, I'm going to have to just click on this button in the YouTube studio in order to see the previous donation that did come in, and this was from Patrick for $10 in the super chat window. Thank you for that, Patrick. And the message is, Hola Phil, hope you are well. So who would love more to accompany you on guitar? John Denver, Jim Croce, Neil Diamond, James Taylor, or Gordon Lightfoot, and I think there's a smiley face or something like that. Singer-songwriters for the win, with a smiley face as well. And yeah, so thank you for that, Patrick. It's really small on my screen, so I think that was the right kind of message. I kind of got there somehow in the end, but thank you for that, Patrick. And yeah, I think that was maybe a question for the live chat room, opening it up for maybe more singer-songwriters in the future, but we will see. My guitar is plugged in. Maybe later on I can play a song or play something for you guys to try and guess what the song is, because I've got one that's just popped into my mind having read through those names. So thank you for that, Patrick, and for the very early donations tonight. Let me just jump over to Patreon, because the first video that we saw tonight was Unwanted Stranger, one of my songs, and that was requested over on Patreon. Thank you guys for requesting things over there. And this was Karen that did request Unwanted Stranger. That's the first one that I saw, so I just loaded that up really quickly. I can see that Teresa also requested that one. Billy did as well. I'm just scrolling down. Deborah, oh, there's quite a lot of Michelle as well. Quite a lot of requests for Unwanted Strangers, so that's probably a good one to pick for tonight. So thank you guys for all of those requests for that first song. If you do want to pick that up over at wingsofpegasus.com, then you can do, and it's wingsofpegasus.com/music if you want to go directly to all of my songs there that you can download individually. You can get the album there. You can also head over to iTunes or Amazon, but it's better for me if you go to my website, because then I don't have to give away a percentage. Right, let's have a little bit of an update on the likeometer and see where we are. I can see that actually the YouTube window has reset itself. This is something that it does, which is really annoying. Whenever we go live, it then moves the screen so that we can't see the likeometer, but let me try and rectify it live on the air so that we can actually see it on screen. There we have it. 158 likes so far, and we're aiming for 250, so that is, I do like to try and test myself with the maths on these live streams. That means we're looking for 92, is that correct? Something like that. That's just a number that popped up into my head at that time, so it might be wrong, but maybe 91 now. Hopefully that is okay. I'm trying to redo that maths in my head. I think we're about there. This makes it a little bit easier. That has got to be 90, so I think I was in the right ballpark. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. It's always great to have a spike of the likes. Any time is a great time for a thumbs up and a spike of the likes. So with these live streams on a Tuesday, we pretty much just shoot from the hip, and I might get the guitar out, demonstrate maybe a thing or two. I could maybe go through that Unwanted Stranger riff, because it's got a little bit of technique in there with string skipping, even though the tuning on my Fender Strat is probably not going to be the right tone for it, but I could demonstrate that. And I might have a little play through a song by one of those singer-songwriters that Patrick listed earlier on and see if you guys can guess it. We'll do that afterwards. But thank you, Patrick, as well, who has donated $5 again. Thank you for that. And the message is, actually, I was asking you to choose one, but it's all cool with a smiley face. Okay, so I am going to choose one that I will play a song of, or at least the guitar, to the song of one of those later on in the live stream. So I'll get the guitar out. I might have to change the setting. I won't have the acoustic guitar out because I've got the electric guitar plugged in, but I can just busk it, see how we get on, and just shoot from the hip like I said. But thank you for that, Patrick, and I can see that another donation has come in. This is from Lucy for £6.30. Thank you so much for that, Lucy. And the message is, howdy y'all. Phil, besides music, what other things are you really interested in? When you were in school, what were your worst subjects? What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? And then sorry with a smiley face, some rock chords, a heart and peace. So thank you for that, Lucy. And let me work my way through that comment again, or the questions. What am I really interested in? Probably football or soccer, even though I've lost a little bit of interest in that more recently, just because it's not as interesting. I think we have this thing called VAR that's come in, which is a video assistant referee, which means that any decision on the field is then looked at by a guy on the TV, and at the moment, the technology isn't good enough to be able to tell whether the decisions are right or not. And then they've changed the handball rule, which was just ridiculous. So I lost a bit of interest in football because they changed the rules. Whereas I was really interested in it before, and I used to play quite a lot. It was the first thing that I really started doing seriously from the age of about 11. And I then started playing guitar at age 12, but I didn't really spend a lot of time on that. It kind of ramped up the older I got, but I used to play football, train 2 times a week, and play 2 matches a week, maybe 3 matches if we had a school match as well. So yeah, for pretty much 5 days of the week I was playing soccer, as you call it over in the USA, and I got to quite a decent level of playing that. But then the higher you get up with your ability level and the competition level, the more serious it gets, and I wasn't really that interested in playing really seriously. So by the age of probably 20, 21, that's when I just quit football because I was enjoying music a lot more, and yeah, I just started practicing the guitar probably in my mid to late teenage years. That's when I got really serious with the practice and did maybe about 4 hours a day because I just enjoyed doing it. So that's what I then did, and had my own cover band, or my first cover band at age 18 or 19. So that's when I seriously started getting into music. But more recently, I've been getting into golf, or trying to get better at golf. It's not something that, I watch the Masters. That's something that I'm interested in, but I don't watch all of the tournaments. I just enjoy playing it. I don't necessarily have a lot of time to watch a lot of golf or a lot of football for that matter. So yeah, that's what I more recently have been more interested in, other than playing my guitar and practicing guitar and piano and drums, other instruments, and singing. But I think golf is one of those sports that does take a lot of time because it is so technical. But I have been into that more recently, and I've been into games since a young age. Like I said, my nephews were over yesterday. Was it? I'm losing track of the days. But yeah, because now we're in Wednesday, so technically it was Monday. But yeah, for me it still feels like yesterday that they were around playing Sonic the Hedgehog. But yeah, I was into computer games. I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog when I was maybe about 9 years old. And I also had PGA Golf on the Mega Drive. So that was a game that I got into earlier. I had really a lot of interest in football when I was young, like I said. So I had FIFA International Soccer. That's what it was called on the Mega Drive. So yeah, I've been into gaming my whole life. I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of gaming at the moment, or I haven't had much time in the last probably about 5 years when I've really kind of stuck at doing at least something every day on my YouTube channel. I did a new video every single day for the last 2.5 years, and I think for the last 3 years, maybe 6 months, maybe a bit longer than that, I then had to just take my foot off the gas in order to leave myself enough time to answer all the emails and everything, because it's just me on the channel. So we have a fair few subscribers here, 173,000 at last count. So thank you guys for subscribing, for liking, hitting that thumbs up. And yeah, so that's what I have been doing, mostly just YouTube music. Also, you guys that have been watching the channel quite a lot will see that we've done Under the Spotlight recently as well. There's 2 episodes of that, and I'm also going to be looking at the future, hopefully having Taj Farrant on a live stream. That's something that I haven't done yet, getting somebody else involved on these live streams. So I think that could be a lot of fun. It's just whether it's going to work with the internet, because of course I'm going to be uploading to them and downloading their call live and then still posting that on YouTube live and uploading. So we'll have to see if it works, but you never know until you try to make it work. So we will see what happens, but it'll be cool to do that with Taj. I was speaking with his dad that I mentioned last time about organising our time zones, and that is something that Neil has let me know as well, what the time is over in Australia, so that we can maybe organise, or at least I've got an idea of what the time is when Taj might be getting up. I think it's going to be about 9 AM. So we will see what happens in the future. Obviously, I'll keep you guys in the loop over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus as always. But thank you so much for that donation. And I don't know what the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow is, but I know that velocity is measured in meters per second from what I remember from whatever subject that was. And my worst subjects in school, I do not know what it would count as, because I know that I passed every exam from an A grade to a C grade, which was really good if you could get all of your grades in that kind of window and not get a D. So yeah, I got A to C. I think I did get a C in geography. So that's probably my worst, as you guys can probably tell on these live streams when I'm talking about countries and states and different types of currency with money. Yeah, geography is probably my weakest subject. So I know roughly where places are, but when we get into the details of cities and towns within those countries, then it becomes a little bit more difficult. But the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow, let me see. Well, I don't know whether that's a reference to something that I'm not getting, but let's have a guess at, if it's meters per second, I mean, 5 meters per second is probably quite fast. I don't know, maybe 5 to 8 meters per second. That's what I'm going to say. I think that strikes me as covering 5 meters in a second. It might be a relaxed flying, I don't know. It seems pretty fast to me. That's something that you guys can discuss in the live chat room, and I will just throw that, guys, over to you. But thank you, Lucy, for that donation. And just scrolling up, Stan has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Stan. And the message is, I want to give a belated shout out to the late Noel Redding, since I could not have done this on 11th May, the anniversary of his untimely passing in 2003. Truly one of the best bassists. So thank you for that, Stan. And I'm just going to scroll down so we can see all of that message in there. And thank you for that donation. And yes, of course, thank you for putting reference to that. I'm trying to figure, the 11th of May would have been quite a while back now for the live streams to get it on there. But thank you, Stan, for bringing that up now. And I can see there has been another donation that Steve just put in there. So thank you, Steve, as well, for this £5 donation. I'm just going to scroll down, and the message is, how will the UK be celebrating Memorial Remembrance Day this year? This is the first holiday in the US where we will see a path returning to normal celebration. So thank you for that, Steve. And I don't know the answer to that yet. It's not something that I've been following with Remembrance Day, Remembrance Sunday. I'm not sure how it's going to work this year, but hopefully with our COVID regulations and restrictions, all that kind of stuff, we're starting to ease up on it now. And we're pretty much back to normal. I think we're still keeping socially distanced and all that kind of stuff. Just being a little bit sensible and wearing masks. I'm certainly still wearing a mask if I ever have to go anywhere for anything, just to make sure. But we do have this Indian strain that's going around at the moment, but hopefully we can keep control of that. I know that some of the vaccines have about a 60% effective... I don't know what you call it, like effective resistance to the Indian strain. So hopefully it's going to be something we can keep a lid on or keep under control in the UK here. But thank you for that, Steve. And hopefully, I know that with football matches, soccer matches, they have been starting to let in about 10,000 people for stadiums that generally have about a 40,000 person capacity, so about a quarter of the capacity of these stadiums. So I know that we are rolling that out at the moment, so hopefully by the time we get to Remembrance Sunday and Remembrance Day, that things can be a little bit more normal in terms of the running of it. But thank you for that, Steve. And Joan has just donated £25. Thank you so much for that, Joan. And the message is, my pint glass is on the way. We'll post a picture when I get it. So thank you for that, Joan. Thank you for making that first order of that pint glass. That is much appreciated. Like I said, guys, if you want to get your hands on the new pint glasses, they'll be either in the tray underneath this video or click on the link in the description below to go to spring.com. Check out the whole store there, but that's where you will be able to find these pint glasses. And as soon as I get mine, I will have it on the live stream. And maybe it will take the place of the mug, the plug of the mug that I normally have, because it's a little bit more suitable to have the drinks that I have. I don't really have tea here. I have a big bottle of water, which I'm going to drink out of. So cheers, everybody, because I didn't put any water in my mug, which I normally do. But thankfully, I always have a little bit of water on hand to stay hydrated. But thank you for that, Joan. Let's let us scroll up. And Marge has donated £3.39. Thank you for that, Marge. And the message is, it sounded like British called all ladies mum until I realised it was your pronunciation of ma'am. I like to watch British TV. Happy birthday to your mom. She raised a good kid with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Marge. And yeah, so there is the difference. You have mom, which is like the Queen. It's a very posh way of saying, well, I don't think that's even a way of saying mum. I guess it's the Queen Mother. But yes, saying mom is very posh indeed. And yeah, generally it's going to be mom in the USA and just mum. So many different ways of saying the same thing, but thank you for that, Marge. And I am just going to jump into the super chat window because we've had another donation from Mike that's come in for $5. Thank you for that, Mike. The message is, when learning a song, should you crank it up to 11? So it depends the song that you're learning. Obviously, anything Spinal Tap, definitely turn that up to 11. But if you're trying to learn something like I was learning to play the guitar with my sister in the room next to me, and whenever I turned it up, even so she could hear it, it just made her very annoyed, and then she'd shout telling me to shut up. But yes, so probably don't crank it up to 11 if you're trying to not annoy other people while you're trying to learn, and then you can just practice a lot more because you can do it in secret, or maybe plug in some headphones and plug those into the amp as well. But thank you for that, Mike. And Lucy has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Lucy. The message is, it was a Monty Python reference to the Holy Grail. So thank you for that. And I totally didn't get that reference, but I have seen the Holy Grail at least once. I might have seen it twice. But what we have here in the UK pretty much is we always see like little excerpts from the movies, and that's generally how it works, so that everybody knows particular scenes from the movie, but then actually watching it from start to finish is something that, I haven't done in a long time. So I totally didn't get that reference. But thank you, Lucy, for the reference and that donation. And Vince has donated $5 as well and says Lucy was making a joke from Monty Python and the Holy Grail! Exclamation mark. So thank you for that, Vince. And that at least I gave it a good attempt at trying to get how many meters per second I thought it might be flying at. So thank you for that, Vince. And I think, well, the good thing is that I can say it was before my time, but I still do know things from the Monty Python movies, but also the comedy sketch show that we had here in the UK, where I've spoken about before, where you have the knights that say "ni." Also the Spanish Inquisition. So there are little bits, like I said, they do pop up on TV, just little sketches that we know here very well in the UK. But anyway, thank you for that, Lucy and Vince, for the donations. We are going to be jumping into the requested cover for tonight, and then we might get the guitar after that, or get the guitar out after that as well, to maybe have a little go through a couple of things. Let me have a little look over on Patreon, because we did have the request here, and let me scroll down to see that I can find it. And it was Lisa who requested The Boys Are Back in Town. So thank you for that, Lisa. And also Billy requested this one. Let me have a little scroll down. Do we get any more? Michelle, thank you for that. And just scrolling out, I think that was maybe it. So we've got a few requests for this one, which is enough to tip the balance in the favour of The Boys Are Back in Town. So I hope you guys enjoy this. It's my cover of it, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
Hello, Phil here. I'd like to say a massive thank you to you for watching my cover of Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy, of course. Thank you for the suggestion in the first place. The names running up the screen here are my patrons, and I'd like to say a massive thank you to you guys for your support, making videos like this possible, and also making the videos I do every day on YouTube possible as well. So a massive thank you to you guys. It's really appreciated a lot. If you want to get involved yourself, head over to patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, and if I don't see you over there, then I will see you guys at the next video. Rock!
And there we have it, and it's me again. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. The Boys Are Back in Town, the Thin Lizzy classic, as my version of it. And at the end of that video, I sometimes leave it in so you can see the patrons on there that were with me so many years ago. So thank you guys for your support back then, and also now as well. We are at 199 likes. I can just see we've gone, perfect timing, over to 200. So it means that we're looking for 50 more people to hit that thumbs up in order to get ourselves up to the Pick Roulette likes goal. Now, let me explain that if you are new and you don't know how it works, if we do hit the target in the top right of your screen, then it means that we're going to be having a Pick Roulette next week. So it'll be next Tuesday's live stream, and your name will be on that roulette wheel if you type I agree, and if you tag Carla in the live chat room. So type at Carla Murray and then I agree in capital letters, and then your name will be on that wheel. I tell you what I'll do is I will type it in now. So if I type at, the at symbol, and then Carla Murray's name comes up, you click on that and then click to resume the message, because I'm going to type I agree, and I'm going to put lots of exclamations in there just to make it stand out a little bit. So you guys will be able to see that go through the live chat room as a little example of the way to post the comment in order to get your name on that Pick Roulette wheel next week if we do hit the target at the top of the screen. And only do it once, so you'll be able to see my comment going through the screen now. Here we go, I agree, going through that, and you can see that I've tagged Carla in that. So only do it once, because it's a bit of a pain, I think, because Carla goes through all of the comments, just making a note of all the names who have agreed to be on that wheel. And yeah, if somebody just keeps on doing it, then obviously it takes a lot longer and is a bit of a pain. So everyone just do it once. And if you do it more than once, then you might be in danger of just having your name not on the wheel at all. We want to make sure there's just one name on the wheel and it can get entered on there properly. So that's how it works. We're looking for 45 more likes in order to get there for tonight's target. So thank you guys for choosing the target tonight, and we will be doing that in the future on live streams as well. So getting into the super chat window, there has been another donation from Beth, which is for $5. Thank you for that, Beth. The message is, you can ignore my PayPal comment, with a smiley face, a cool face with shades on, and some rock horns. So thank you for that, Beth. And I will jump over to there in order to see what that comment was. But first of all, Linda has donated £5, so thank you for that, Linda Z, in the house tonight. And the message is, what has changed over the last few months in how you prepare for analysis videos now that you are playing more guitar? So thank you for that, Linda Z. And I think pretty much what used to happen was I would be teaching during the day and the evening. I mean, very early on when I got asked to just do an analysis of a particular guitarist, which I did on Patreon. And because of the way that it works on Patreon, I just link the video from YouTube to Patreon. So it's just for, at that time, I think I had 24 patrons, and it was somebody asking maybe about, I think it was the Nick Jonas solo. He just happened to make a few mistakes when he was playing at this awards show, and somebody asked me about it. I can't remember, it's a very long time ago, but I did that video for Patreon for my 24 patrons. But then more people started watching it on YouTube. So it started to get a few thousand views, and I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. And then somebody else asked me, oh, well, what about can you explain this guitarist or what they're doing? So then I did that, and then it just snowballed into lots and lots of requests. So as long as I'm getting requests, I'll do those videos, and it's just continued from there. So what happened was, because I was teaching, it meant that after work, say for example I finish at 8 p.m, I would then have something to eat, so 8:30, 9, and then I would get stuck into the video at about 10, and it might take me maybe only half an hour or an hour to begin with, because I was just looking at videos and I didn't have the capabilities to get the guitar out, but I didn't spend a lot of time on the videos. As you can see, with the really early videos, they lasted for maybe 8 minutes. Once I've edited them down, I think I probably spoke for about 20 minutes or half an hour, so I really did edit those down. So as the videos progressed, it's now got to the point of, rather than, I'm not because of COVID, I stopped teaching altogether, and I'm not teaching at the moment other than doing this and explaining things on the internet to you guys on the analysis videos. So now I start preparing for a video sometimes about 4:30 in the afternoon, and then I'll finish that video, hopefully, fingers crossed, without any copyright blocks at about 2 a.m. So that's how long I now put into the videos, because as you guys know now, I do a lot of research on the videos and try and cover the artist background as well. If it is something that is quite a long video, obviously I've got to listen to it. I quickly have a listen to the chords and get a general idea of the lead and the shapes and the things that are being used. So then by the time I'm ready to go live, or at least do the video and then edit it together, it means that I can go through the song, go through some of the leads, show some of the techniques, but also explain a little bit about the artist. And I'm doing live analysis videos now as well, so things really have ramped up. It just means that at the moment, that means from 4:30 to 2, if there's a copyright block, then you can probably add another couple of hours onto that, because it means I have to re-edit and go back to doing final cuts, back into the program, taking out the offending audio and that kind of stuff. So it means probably with a copyright block, it takes me about 12 hours per video, but without a copyright block, then it's about 10 hours per video. So that is it. With the Under the Spotlight videos, those take a couple of days, because I usually get started on those the day before, which is the Saturday, because I release those on Sundays. So yeah, basically it just means I spend a lot longer doing the videos. So now that I'm covering a lot more playing as well as background, and then also with the different types of things that we do on the channel now with Under the Spotlight and having guests on. So thank you for that, Linda Z. And let me scroll up. There's somebody this is sometimes what I get on the website as well. People contact me about future videos and about past videos and all that kind of stuff, so I'll have to check that one later. I'm not going to be going through that on the live stream. So thank you, Lynn, as well, who has donated £123.45. So the 12345, thank you so much for that, Lynn. And the message is, your piano graphic illustrating the male tenor range helped me to appreciate Luciano Pavarotti singing an aria on the radio that had 9 high Cs. He was quoted as saying, "I'm afraid of high notes. Of course, I am afraid. What sane man is not?" So thank you for that, Lynn, and it's great that you can maybe have a visual representation of that male tenor range and where it sits with the other ranges. And we've also gone into the female ranges on the live analysis videos as well. So thank you, Lynn, so much for that donation, and also for letting us know, and that little quote from Luciano Pavarotti himself. So thank you for that. And Beth has donated £16.89. So thank you for that, Beth. And I'm going to ignore the message with that as requested over on the super chat, and it's nothing offensive, everybody. It's just saying about the Monty Python quote that we had earlier. So thank you for that, Beth. And Paul has donated £5. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, the cheese board is the world and the pieces are the phenomena of the universe. That's all you need to know about physics, with a piece of cheese, a smiley face, and a thumbs up. So thank you for that, Paul. That is much appreciated. And thank you for the quote as well. The words of wisdom. And we do have the apostrophes, not apostrophes, the quotation marks in order to have that quote in there. So thank you so much for that, Paul. And just scrolling up, Kevin has donated £1 as well. Thank you for that, Kevin. The message is, happy 80th birthday to Bob Dylan on the 24th of May. Happy birthday to your mum too. So thank you for that, Kevin. Bob and my mum share birthdays. So thank you for that, Kevin. And I'm just going to scroll up again because there have been a few donations coming in. Thank you guys so much for these. Karen has donated £3.38. And the message is, hi Phil, I sincerely appreciate what you teach and remind me from a musician's viewpoint. Because I'm an amateur in recording, I'd like your opinion on this. When recording vocals, would you recommend using a pop filter? Thanks very much. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that. And yes, I would. If you've got a pop filter, a popper stopper, as they're also called, yes, you definitely want to be using that because it'll stop the air from hitting the mic. And what you'll find is that when the air hits the mic on a P, I'm going to cover the mic so that you guys don't get the effect of it. Any kind of P sound, explosive as they're called, or plosive, when you're going any kind of S, when you're using, I'm going to just quickly explain S's because I have explained about S's, which is what you need a de-esser for, but plosives are what they sound like. They're like explosives, like I said. So it's the P of that word is air coming out. That P is going to hit the mic, and you don't want to have that on your recordings because you want to make sure that your recordings don't have any peaks in frequency. And generally, I mean, when I'm doing any kind of analysis video and I do say a word that has that P sound in it, it means that I then have to edit that out, or at least I have to try and get the EQ curve to minimize that. I usually drag down around about 150 hertz or 140 hertz. That's where my plosives, I'm doing that to cover the mic, hit the microphone, or at least that's where I get the peak in that EQ curve. So I just manually edit that out afterwards if I do ever do that. So hopefully if you've got your popper stopper set up at the right distance, then you'll be able to sing those P's and you won't get an effect on the microphone. It'll still sound fine, and it just saves you a lot of work in post-production afterwards. I just said post, but hopefully this is why I have the mic set off to the side. My voice is going this way, so hopefully most of the air is going this way, and the mic is set off to the right, so you can see my face, and hopefully you aren't hit by those really offensive syllables and consonants just hitting the microphone. So that is something that I definitely would recommend. But thank you for that, Karen. And let's scroll up because Trisha has donated £6.76. Thank you for that, Trisha. And the message is, hi Phil, I'm really enjoying the live stream tonight with a smiley face, some rock horns and hearts. So 2 hearts. Thank you for that, Trisha. And I'm glad that you are enjoying it. If you are enjoying it, everybody in that live chat room, give that thumbs up a click because we're aiming for 250 tonight and we're at 226. So we are 24. My brain took a long time to work that out. 24 likes away from hitting our pick roulette likes goal. So if you can hit that thumbs up, be much appreciated. If you are new here, say hello, introduce yourself. If you are a user on Facebook, you can head over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group as well over there, and just join that group. That's where a lot of the live chat room hang out between live streams. But thank you guys for joining me tonight, and I can see that there has been another donation that has come in from Sue, and this is for £20. Thank you so much for that, Sue. And the message is, I love the new likes target, thanks. So thank you, Sue, and thank you guys for suggesting the number. That's how we'll do it, I think, in the future. And we are only 22 away, 21 away now. So we're looking for 21 more people to join into that live chat room. And we are getting close. So get ready at your keyboards. If you want to be on that pick roulette wheel, type I agree, tag Carla in there as well. You'll be able to see Carla's username go through the live chat room. She's also got a wrench next to her name because it's in blue as well, being a moderator. Huge shout out to the moderators tonight for doing such a great job. We might see Carla's name come through the live chat room hopefully sometime soon. I can see on my screen that there it is, just going through. That is Carla, so make sure you tag her when you type I agree in capital letters. So I've got the guitar out. I was going to demonstrate one of my songs called Unwanted Stranger, but I've changed let me just get rid of the live chat room unless I can see anybody typing I agree. I can see that we do have Greycat309 who's about to go through saying I agree. So what I will do, actually, it might be better if you can't see what I'm playing, because we had that donation much earlier on in the live stream, right at the beginning, which was Patrick, who was saying about having the names, or at least a singer-songwriter. So I'm going to play a song now, well, at least the guitar to a song. I say this, I haven't properly practiced this. I'm just taking for granted that my brain's going to remember this from when I used to teach it. So here we go, and hopefully you'll be able to spot or hear what this is. There's no prize for this in the live chat room, but I'll have a little look out to see if anybody can spot which song this is. It's by one of the singer-songwriters that was mentioned earlier on by Patrick. So let me just check that this is going to be fine. My brain has let me know that I don't know this bit of picking, and it's a little bit out of tune, but it doesn't matter, we'll bust through it. Oh, second fret. Something like that. That's it. But anyway, that was kind of along the right lines. There we go, that's it. But anyway, that's roughly what's going on. Oh, chorus. Back into all that kind of stuff. But anyway, hopefully you guys, I can see somebody's got it. Diane says James Taylor, Fire and Rain. That is correct. Linda Z said James Taylor as well. So that was pretty much what I was attempting to play. I did throw myself in at the deep end there because I realized when I got to the G that I didn't know the picking, because this is the great thing about James and the way that he plays, having these different sequences on the right hand, and that when I try and slow it down and don't think about the muscle memory, and guitar players will know what I'm talking about here, when you start thinking about things, you interrupt the muscle memory, the subconscious muscle memory of your right hand. So then you can't play it anymore. You almost have to not think about it, and then your hand does it. So I'm going to just try. It's close. It's close. That is it. I'm determined to get this. Yes, that was it. It probably just all sounds the same to people that don't play the guitar, but there was a little difference in each of those pickings that I was doing, those picking sequences, and finally we got it right. But yes, well done to everybody who said it was James Taylor, and I just saw a few people that did mention that, so congratulations. You don't win anything, but at least you got it right, which is good. because otherwise, if I was playing it and you didn't actually know what I was trying to play, that would have been a very bad sign for my playing. So that is good. And I did say that I'd explain a little bit about Unwanted Stranger. The thing is that, I mean, my excuse is that this isn't obviously an acoustic guitar, so playing it on electric guitar is a little bit different. The strings are a lot closer together and it's very tight getting the fingerstyle on electric, but just about got away with it. And all this, those hammer-ons, pull-offs, and down to open string. Obviously, doing these little hammer-ons and pull-offs on an electric guitar, because it's so much closer together, you have to really concentrate to leave that B string open. You can't even see what I'm doing, so I don't know why I'm explaining it. But anyway, I want to keep the live chat room up on screen so you guys can type I agree if you want to. So we are at 243 likes so far. 7 more people. We're looking forward to hit that thumbs up. And I'm going to play through, or attempt to play through, again, I'm throwing myself into the deep end here, not only my Unwanted Stranger, which is quite a complicated riff, but doing it on a really clean tone as well, means that the technique is going to be absolutely essential here. Trying to remember even where I play this. It's got a little bit of reverb on there, so it makes it sound totally different. So we got... This is like the really strange acoustic version of a very heavy song. But yeah, but this is... like that. Oh, B. Oh, here's where the change in tuning comes in. Then we've got a little riff. So, because this is tuned in standard tuning and I play it in E flat, it means that I've got one note lower that I can go. So when I'm playing it, I don't actually go as far as the open E string. I'm actually playing it on the first fret, which will be the F, like that. So that's why it feels a little bit weird playing it and jumping to different positions on the guitar. But as you can hear that, well, I started this on that B. You can hear there's a lot of alternate picking here. So we're going, and I'm actually starting with an upstroke in order to get this string skipping, like that, because I'm going up octaves. And then power chord, just sliding up A to B, A5 to B5. And these are all power chords. That'll be your D up to E, and then we had this G flat F sharp down to the B, and then we had the little riff. Then would go down to the E in standard tuning. And then we'd take with standard tuning down to a D5, and then you'd have to. I then transitioned into this voicing of the chord because it's closer to here to get the riff, and we go like that to that G flat, and a little taking down of the G flat down to the F. But anyway, I'm not going to go, it would obviously take a long time to explain all the notes and the picking and the sequence on the right hand, but I thought I'd just show you guys that. It's going to sound weird on a clean tone, but as I always say with my analysis videos, you got to make sure that you can play things clean, because then when you start adding any effects to it, it's just going to embellish the sound. So if I was trying to play this riff, for example, and I was going, and I couldn't play it clean, it means that when you start adding distortion to that, it's just going to make it really messy all around. So you want to make sure that when you've got this, also palm mute on the right hand, that's something that I didn't explain. So when I'm going, you can hear that it's not going, You haven't got that twang to it. It's quite a muted sound. In order to get the notes just to pop out and not ring out over each other, because obviously once you start adding distortion onto that sound as well, if the strings are ringing out too much, you're not going to hear the notes as cleanly. So that's what I do when I play that. Obviously I have a lot more effect going on than this clean, but maybe with the clean sound it's better in order to hear all of the notes of the riff. I'm going to play it really slowly. Into it again. So that was the riff really slowly for anybody that might want to know it or attempt to play it, but it is quite a fun riff. I enjoy playing it, and it's just good to jump over those strings. It's quite fun. I like doing that. A little bit of a technical challenge, but anyway, thank you everyone for the donations. I can see that another one has come in on the PayPal donations window, and I'm just going to scroll down because Carl has donated $5. Thank you for that, Carl. And the message is, cross the pond, venues opening all over the place around here! Exclamation mark. So thank you for that, Carl. And unless I've got a boat at the moment, I think here in the UK still it's not entirely open with places that we can travel. I know that I think Portugal said it was okay, but I don't know what the situation is with travel here in the UK in terms of going over to the USA, because we don't know how everything is in each particular state of the USA. And I think that's something that our government is going to sort out in terms of traveling. I know that things are a little bit more strict considering the fact we've got this Indian variant which has made its way into the country and is now spreading. So I think the whole government are a little bit protective of people travelling. So that's why a lot of people here in the UK, if they're going on holiday, they're going on holiday to UK destinations, just going to the coast or something. So, but hopefully in the future we can see what happens. Ken has donated $5. Thank you for that, Ken. And the message is, thanks, Professor. God bless you guys, with a smiley face and a guitar. So thank you for that, Ken. And Patrick has just donated $5 as well. Thank you for that. The message is, thank you, Phil. That was lovely. James would be proud. So thank you for that. Well, I would hope so, but it was just very much a busking attempt at it. I would make sure if I was performing this as a cover or doing it properly, I'd get that picking sorted without obviously kind of trying to busk it out and remember what it was. But we got there in the end. So thank you for that, Patrick. And I'm just going to jump over to the PayPal donations window as well, because we've had another donation in there and we have reached, I do believe, the goal for tonight, the Pick Roulette Lights goal. So we're 8 minutes past 1 here in the morning. So everybody type I agree if you want to get your name on the Pick Roulette wheel next week. Type I agree, tag Carla Murray in your comment like I did earlier, and type at Carla and then her name will pop up. Just click on it and then type I agree in capital letters. Do that now before the end of the live stream, because we are going to be ending in about 5-6 minutes, maybe 7 minutes, 1:15. So make sure you type that in now. I'm going to leave the live chat room up on screen. Maybe when we play another video request over on Patreon, I'll leave this on screen so you guys can type in I agree and you can get your name on that Pick Roulette next week in order to win a pick, and maybe might even be the t-shirt on there. I have to check with Carla, but there might be the opportunity to win one of those custom Wings of Pegasus t-shirts that Carla designs and does. So make sure that you type I agree to be in the running for definitely a pick and possibly a Wings of Pegasus custom t-shirt. So do that now in the live chat room. So Linda Z has donated £5 again. Thank you for that, Linda. The message is, you just earned another donation from me for playing. James Taylor was a perfect choice and now it's like a mini private lesson. So thank you for that, Linda. And I think because I had my hand behind the live chat room, it could maybe give it a little bit of a more difficult challenge to you guys because you couldn't see my hands, but thankfully you got it. and this is it. It's just the D. I'm not going to take the live chat room off the screen, but here we go. So you've got the D, obviously here. I'll have to get rid of that, but you've got your D. Actually, we slide up. I can't even balance the guitar now. I'm going to have to put my leg up classical style in order to get this. And we start actually with the open A string, slide G, like that, and that's 4 to 6 on that G. Bar your first finger on the high E and the B on, this is basically your A chord at the top. That's why we've got the open A being played with it. And then we slide down to the 4th fret, and now we're barring first finger like that, and we're playing the low E. So this is the top end of your G chord. So we're like that. And then we go into our D, hammering on sus2, hammer on 2nd fret to D, and into. And this is the thing that I was mentioning about those sus2s, the way that James Taylor hammers these on. Like that. And A. See how you hear the chord first, and then you hear that little hammer on. And that little, again, little run. Like that. We've got this little bounce of chords. And I'm challenging myself again. Like that. It's amazing how once you've played through something, your muscle memory starts to remember from, I don't know how long ago, sequences like that, where it's quite complicated on the right hand, and trying to kind of learn it to begin with is complicated, but then your hand kind of gets used to it and then you can play it. So that's it. And then back to the A. I think this is actually capoed. It does feel a little bit weird playing it in these positions. So it's probably capoed on maybe 2nd fret or 3rd fret. But yeah, we've got this. Trying to get my hand on the guitar in this weird position is not helping. Well, it's close. But then the other chorus, I think then James goes to, he doesn't do that. Play a little bit jazzy, going. I think when he's singing, he's playing the chords more straight. Like this. I think he still puts in that fill. I don't know whether the picking sequence might be different on the G. He might simplify it. And then jumping up to the E. It might even be. Or single picks. I'm trying to think. I think I remember seeing James do a performance where he's going. And so when he's singing, he's simplifying that picking pattern. Into the D, like that. So I mean, this is kind of turning into a bit of a James Taylor guitar lesson kind of thing, but it's going to leave you guys a little bit of time to type I agree in the live chat room. So I'll quickly just explain these chords. We've got the D, and then you want to take your first finger over to the B, 2nd fret, A string. Actually, we've got the D sus2 over that B, so we're going. So you have to substitute your 2nd finger for where your 1st finger was and put your 1st finger onto that 2nd fret of that A string to get that B. You just want to pick those D chord. Now move to the A with a thumb, and then go down to the low E string, play exactly the same thing. And then you go into your A. Then we've got that classic fill in there with the pull off. G, and now we've got this D sus2, and it's going to be over that G flat into E minor, and it's first picked with the right hand. Just move that E minor over to your sus2, A sus2, and now we get into the strumming. Back into another verse. So with that strumming, sometimes I think James stays on the A sus2, and then gets into the A from there, but I can't remember whether he goes over to the E minor. It sounds like the E minor is probably what he does more often than not, but I think I saw him staying on the A sus2 live. But we've got this. That and back into the A. But yeah, I just saw that Lisa's donation just popped up saying, I think you missed my PayPal donation, so thank you for that, Lisa. That was a $2 donation, and let me have a little look over here, because I'll just see, and unless it's one that's come in while I've been playing the guitar, I don't think I have missed anything yet, or at least it's not come up on there. So what I'll do is I'll have a definite double search through. One has come through from Vance, so thank you for that, Vance, and that's the most recent one, and I will get to the bottom of this, but let's just have a quick look at Vance's. And Vance says rock! Exclamation mark, and has donated £25. So thank you so much for that, Vance. Very kind donation there. And let me do a quick search to see if we can get to the bottom of this mystery. For Lisa's donations come through on the super chat window, which is fine. Let me have a little look down here. Don't know. Well, Orlando did donate, so that's one that I found, but this was Tuesday 01:59. So hang on, that's got to be well back. Is that like from a week ago? Anyway, this is a donation from Orlando. This is the thing with Orlando, he does so many donations. There's some of them sneak in there totally unnoticed, but Orlando donated £2. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message was, I might have read this out at the last live stream, but just in case I didn't, Orlando said, I am at the Toronto Blue Jays at New York Yankees game in the Bronx, New York tonight. I'll see everyone on catch up. Rock on, everyone, with lots of rock horns. So that must have been from last week, so thank you for that, Orlando. And I'm just going to scroll up because I think I have been through all of those donations, but I'm just going to do a double check to see if this has said that it's been marked or that it's been read, and it hasn't been read. So let me have a little scroll down and look at this. And okay, we have it. Okay, it marked it as read. I don't know why that is, so let me get it up on screen. Okay, so thank you, Lisa, for this donation. It was for £5. We did get there in the end, and the message is, my husband wants to know how you feel about Harry Kane leaving Tottenham. So thank you for this, and Tottenham is the team that I support here in the UK, the football team, and Harry Kane is, just in case you don't know, he's a very good player. He won the Golden Boot at the last World Cup, so it means he scored the most goals, and he's won the Golden Boot for, I don't know if they call it the Golden Boot, in the league as well, which means he scored the most goals in the league. But he plays for Tottenham, which is the team that I support, and Tottenham aren't exactly amazing, so he's a very good player, but not for an amazing team. They're not in like the biggest competitions, and they won't be next year. So they're saying about, you know, how Harry's going to be leaving Tottenham, probably. I don't know if he has left. If he has, I haven't seen that in the news yet. But as a supporter, well, I see this from the point of view that I am a realistic person. I know how the world works, and I used to be a player myself. So I think that as a player, you want to try and win as much as you can. You want to achieve the best things that you can. And if you're in a team that doesn't allow you to play in the best competitions, then it's probably in his interest to leave. It'll be disappointing for Tottenham, but I think he's too good for the Tottenham team. And I do support Tottenham. But yeah, I think Harry Kane, for his own career, I think that, well, most Tottenham fans that are probably realistic have to think that, football is a career. So if you were offered to go to a better company for more money that were a lot more successful than the company that you did work for, everybody in real life would take that opportunity. And it's the same for footballers. I know that a lot of people get protective about their teams, but I'm one of these people that I'm not that worried about the players leaving and going to other clubs, because it is a business. You just have to go where the money is, because you've got to look after your family. That is, it doesn't change just because you're a footballer. It's still a business, and you get paid by the football club, who are the company. So, yeah, it would be disappointing from a club's perspective, of course, but I would rather that he was playing for a really good team and he got to achieve something in his career and wasn't held back. And I wouldn't hold anything against him. I'm one of these people that when the team lose, initially I am a little bit annoyed, but then I'm happy for the other team. Because I think, well, however sad I am, imagine how happy the other people are. And you've got to be happy when you see the other supporters who are jumping around and really happy that they've beaten your team. But yeah, I'm one of these people that I don't take it too seriously. I'm not tribal like some people are with football. It's like their religion, football, and if their team loses, that's the end of their whole weekend, and it's ruined them for the whole weekend and then the next week. Whereas I just think, well, you've lost, but however happy you felt when you won, remember that feeling, because that's how the other people are feeling. So you've got to be happy for them as well. Obviously, people maybe can't feel happy for other people, but I think that empathy is a massive thing to be able to experience in life, and I think everybody should be able to do that. And that's very much how I see it, that I do get disappointed, but then I know that through my disappointment other people are happy, so that's there's always a silver lining. But anyway, thank you, Lisa, for that donation. We did get there in the end with those donations, and we are going to be calling the live stream to an end. We have hit that likes target for tonight, so thank you guys so much for hitting that thumbs up, and also for typing in I agree in the live chat room. So if you have written I agree and you tagged Carla in that live chat room, in that comment as well, then you will be able to see your name on the pick roulette wheel next Tuesday. And make sure you tune in, because if you do win, you have to be tuned in to the live stream in order to win the signed pick and potentially a shirt as well. We will see what happens next week. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to put the guitar down because I'm just going to probably wreck everything when I try and turn everything off. So thank you everyone for joining me tonight. Huge thank you to the moderators, as always, for doing such a fantastic job tonight. As always in the live stream, they make it such a great place to be. So I will see you guys again tomorrow night for the live analysis. And I'm not sure what we're going to be doing in the live analysis tomorrow night. There are a few videos that I had shortlisted. Let me have a little recap of what I was looking at earlier. It might be the case that I had a couple of videos, but the one that I might have a look at, we did a video on Roger Miller recently, and I said in that video that I wasn't sure who the guitarist is, but I have since been told in that comment section, so thank you guys for this, that it was Thumbs Carlisle playing guitar. And I think we might have a look at that tomorrow night for the live analysis. So it is going to be another Roger Miller performance. It's going to be a very short one, but it is a performance where we do have Thumbs Carlisle playing a guitar solo, and we get to see him playing with his unique style. So we'll have a look at that tomorrow night. I think that's going to be okay from a copyright perspective as well. So that is my top tip for tomorrow night. The live analysis is going to be on Thumbs Carlisle, but also, of course, Roger Miller performing and playing. And Roger's playing acoustic guitar, so we can break that down as well. So make sure that you tune in tomorrow night for that live analysis, and if you can't make it then, I'll be doing another analysis video on Friday night and another live stream Saturday night, and then another analysis video on Sunday night. And just to throw it out there as well, that I think that'll be next Sunday, that we'll be, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, we'll be looking at Taj Farrant in Under the Spotlight. So keep a lookout for that. It's going to be the 6th of June. I think that pretty much works out. So yeah, and I'll try and see about trying to organise Taj to appear on a live stream, because I know that he does pop into that live chat room sometimes on these live streams. So we will have a look and see if we can get Taj live on the live streams. It's just another way to push forward with the channel, something that I've never done before. But we will see. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. 281 likes tonight, so we did reach that goal. So excellent. We are going to be having a pick roulette next week. We could have a little look forward to that. But everyone, try and stay as safe as possible wherever you are. Thank you for joining me tonight. Wear your masks, follow your government guidelines, stay self-isolated, self-distanced, all that kind of stuff. And hopefully things will improve as they seem to be doing here in the UK, but hopefully that will happen all across the globe. But thank you guys for joining me. I will see you guys tomorrow night if you are available, but stay as safe as possible, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!